before 4 portal. We're cuddling with dogs. It's snowing. It's spring. We have spring snow. It's like slush. It's slushy snow. We call it slush. Well, I call it slush. Everyone I know calls it slush. It like instantaneously melts when you touch it. It turns to water. It's spring snow, so it's like rain, snowing rain, right? To moisturize the environment. Bear's down here looking at me like, what the fuck, buddy? Alright. So already the message is simplicity. Moving through this portal with simplicity, the 6th of Earth, the restoration of balance through the Earth. It's passive, but as you see, this portal is connected to sound, frequency, energy, source. And as you're working through the energy of the opposites here, there's a challenge right now within the element of air. The devil's here for you to do some more shadow integration work. Well, lucky you. In a negative sense and a positive sense, because you're whole. So this is, you've done shadow integration work to work with your sacral chakra. Something shocked you, but it no longer shocks you. You've integrated it, and like this is totally your shadow being your best friend. It's like, look, you know, your shadow can act up and be a shit in all senses of the ways, in all the degrees of the ways that you've been a shit. But your shadow can also work for you once you integrate it. Like you're not afraid of the dark now, and you have the truth. Like you've restored some sort of confidence within your magic, some sort of confidence within yourself. It's like you had this painful situation, betrayal, some sort of betrayals in love, healing from your childhood trauma, all the fucked up shit on planet Earth, and it's restored confidence within your magic because, haha, you're living in a paradox. The energy of the opposites coming together to create the whole. But this, again, there's a message coming from source. This is the truth. This is the frequency. This is how you're moving through this portal. And remember, this sword is double-edged. It's positive and negative. But then some sort of simple positive, like simplistic positive and negativity. Positivity and negativity. Whichever degrees you want to take that. With this integration of the dark, knowledge of the dark. Even the knowledge of the occult and understanding is like, you see, it's like, oh, occult knowledge is bad. It's the devil. Occult knowledge is neutral. It is what it is. Okay, occult knowledge is knowledge of the unseen worlds. And to have that knowledge, and of course, religion has been trained to be weaponized against parts of the truth. And saying that, you know, I know go to get into religion stuff, but we're going to get into the messages coming up. And it's like, you can see there has just as much harm been done by the Bible and people using the Bible. Let's just say the Bible, but people using the Bible. Churches. There has been a lot of harm and untruths done within church, and people have used the Bible to do horrible things. They're tools. They're tools of knowledge to understand this place. And God did not rate the Bible. And that, to hear that, that would upset a lot of people, right? Because it's like the Bible's been put in this place of like this holy knowledge. But God didn't rate that. And as soon as you start talking about a lot of that, there's a certain part of the collective that has been programmed to attack, because that's the only way. But of course, that's not the only way. That's not the only way to know God is through the Bible. That's not it. There's many ways to know God, and beautiful ways to know God. And I personally like always think to Buddha. To myself, Buddha, like my personal experience, I grew up around the Roman Catholic religion. And my father was running from the church. And my dad always said, God's outside. God didn't make the church. God made nature. And we went for his Sunday sermons in the back of his pickup truck in nature. And just, it was more like a sense of community, of connection of our family, rather than being in church and what going to church meant. And listen, I listened to how I was going to hell all the time. And it was like a sense of control. And then to know, personally, a lot of the things that came out of the Catholic Church, churches itself, I don't want to single churches out, because there's also a lot of good. Like, you got to look at the positive too. There's good and bad, but at the end of the day, you got to look at it for what it is. Like, that's what this sword is. It's like religion has been turned into a business. Like, think about religions and being recruited to a religion, into like a certain church, and paying. It's been turned into a business. It's like there's a middleman to know God, right? And the whole point of Jesus was coming in to say, listen, here's Jesus, an ascended master, to say, know thyself. Jesus, the kingdom of heaven is within you. And then love thy neighbor and all this stuff. Jesus is not saying, hey, take the Bible and use this to control and attack people and say they don't know the truth because they're going a different way. Now, again, too, but then there's sense to it, right? Because, of course, there's sense to it. It's like the way of what's evil is not the way that we're going, right? It's holding people accountable to that. So there's a middle ground. It's to stop living in separation and to use common sense within your own spiritual quest, which seems to be missing in the collective. And I don't even know if it's in the collective, but there's within, social media and stuff like that, you got to be careful too. It's like, get back to the earth. There's so much to be said when you just get back to, again, too, what's simple? Simplicity. Get back to nature. Now, look at it like this. Within nature, when your being is naturally designed to be in nature, to attune with nature, to heal with nature, to feel all some sort of lovely kinds of ways that you want to be feeling in nature. Why? Because, first off, the patterns and shapes within nature naturally just release dopamine within your being. You're not pleasure seeking. Why are you always pleasure seeking? Because you're cut off from your connection from nature. If you are, now if you've restored that, good for you. Like, hallelujah. Wowee. Like, I know you see this beautiful tree right here. Oh, covered in that slushy snow, but over here we're in a city and I miss nature. I want to get to nature. My dad passed on from this earth and his dream was to get to nature and to live there. And Personally, in my meditations, that's what I'm meditating about, getting to nature. But I'm also grateful. Remember, the energy of the opposites coming together to create the whole picture. I have much gratitude for everything that I have within my life. I have gratitude for everything. Because, you know, on your spiritual quest, you experience those experiences of having nothing to appreciate everything, of some sort of pain, like, you know, pain with, like, painful experiences with your health, with losing people you love. You know, mine happened to be my father. And just, you know, the manner in which it happened, the triggering of awakening. All right, back on track. The dogs heard something. All I know is nature is beautiful. You must appreciate nature and everything it has to offer. Like, even the water within nature has healing properties. The trees have healing properties and are talking to you. Like, everything is in alchemy with you. You want to get attuned to the divine, go to nature. So through this challenge, like, it's all part of the plan. God has a plan for everything, okay? This challenge is part of the plan. It's activating you. It's like, remember, this challenge is through the elements of air, though. The devil's here, and you're expanding through your sacral chakra as you've done this shadow work. So you've integrated your shadow. Your shadow's your buddy now. Your shadow's got your back. Good job. Keep it up. Because the mission is to do shadow work and to not be afraid of the dark, so you can transmute what is evil. And that is part of the confidence that's being restored within you, within your magic. Because it's part of you. It's part of your connection to source, okay? It's part of your connection to this. It's like you were challenged to be there for yourself. You were challenged. The masculine, the energy within you, your connection to source, was challenged to be there for the feminine, the matter, the feminine within you, okay? So you were there for yourself. You had a challenge. All important to integrate your shadow, okay? To integrate your shadow. And to restore this confidence and get simple with the truth so you can go through this portal 100, okay? Now, you had to be there for yourself. You were challenged to be there through yourself through a painful situation, a Three of Swords situation. But it got you in alignment with the truth. You were forced to turn your sadness into happiness. With what? With source. And you were initiated through an opportunity. And that's to protect the future. This is a big deal. Now it's starting to make sense if you're paying attention to what's in the world. And I know it's hard, but the truth is hard. But that's why you got to restore balance. Like, you got to stay in balance. You're not doom scrolling, but you're getting information, whatever information that God has that happening within your vortex. But then you have to restore balance to get back into creative fantasy. We found this out last time we met up. To get back into creative fantasy with God like a child. You got to get back into the energy of a child again, of innocence with God, to restore this innocence within yourself, because it's part of protecting the future. And you see why you have to protect the future. You've been initiated. You've been initiated through that, what happened with that sword. And we dove so deep into this last time we met up. Like, yeah. 52 minutes and 11 seconds. But it is what it is. And I have tried to shorten these messages, and every time, no, because this is school for the fool. It is what it is. You got to show up to class sometimes to get the information. And I've had to learn this, to slow down. And I tried to make these messages as fast as I can. And they are what they are. That's part of New Earth. Like, that's part of the new. That's part of healing your nervous system and collapsing time. There is no time, but again, too, time still has something to teach you. The 3, it all has something to teach you. Nothing goes to waste. Because, right, then we don't want to waste people's time. So, saying that, you're manifesting. It's not very light in here all of a sudden. Like, I thought it was light. And hang tight. We'll see if that's any better. Now, this, we're going to get more into this. This is all about the future and what you're doing for the future of our people. It's the activation of this, protecting innocence, protecting the children. Through the truth, blue, Madonna, and mothering, nurturing. The structure needs to be nurtured. You hear discipline, discipline, discipline. Yes, there must be discipline into moving from old habits and patterns that are no longer for your greatest good, into the new, with new patterns that you're being shown by God. And of course, there's going to be all sorts of challenges as that happens. But it's part of the plan. It's all the opportunity. Look, this is the opportunity. Look at this freaking caterpillar. Like, look, there's a lot going on. Okay, but it's part of the plan. This is activating your true potential. It's like, how do you want to look at things? There's enough to make you or break you at any given moment. It's up to you. And you're being pushed to step it up. You're being pushed to step it up. To go to new levels of yourself. Okay? By activating this mothering. By activating protecting the innocence. By protecting the children. By protecting us. Through authentic self. I know it's a big job. I'm doing it too. Let's just do healing energy in. And toxic energy out. Okay, why? It's just because it's like not getting distracted by these Epstein files, but using the information in them. Which we did get deep into this again too. Last time we met up. It's like healing with what's going on by understanding that they're aliens and they don't give a, like, that they, look, the aliens are consuming this energy, this life force energy, and awakening to the truth of Madonna and the mother, and protecting this innocence. And this situation of betrayal, like, you heal with this betrayal in love because it gave you the strength to be there for yourself. Okay? Good job. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm here to congratulate you personally. Good job. Good work. Now look at this. There's a lot to be said within this image here, because there's dark, all this dark, the void, what you just went through. But look, it's in the shape of a pearl. And then look at the sun. There's so much to say. Like, go deep on this. Go deep on what this means, this image. There's much healing to be had within this image. And you did a lot of forgiveness to get here, and you're still working on this. But you want this soul time. You're working on this because you want this soul time. You want some soul time with your lover, with your one. But you've seen who that is. It's like, that's God. It's a recalibration with God. And then everything within your total universe. And a forgiveness. So we're going to go straight to the Moon Oracle. Your passions are being restored or about to be restored, okay? Or in the process of being restored. Through, who are you? Like, you know who you are. You know who you are. You don't need to, you got a lot of questions answered when you got betrayed and you went into that cocoon to come back out of it and saw everything you need to see. It was all divine. You know who you are. You're ready for some soul time. Okay? I feel you on that. I feel you. Okie dokie. Grab the Moon Oracle here because they're so close to the moon. Your individuality, well, yeah. Well, who are you? And that, with this card, we're going to do this card too because like, it's just sitting here. Hang tight. With your passions, yeah. And your principles. Yes, of course. Oh, they came, like, this all merged. Look, this merged. Your passions and your principles merge for you to see some stuff you needed to see. Hello. Which, all the stuff that we just talked about leading up to this, everything activated your individuality. Again, too, your authentic self. You need to be authentic self because your authentic self powers up your electromagnetic energy field. The power of you. You need authenticity. You need the truth. And guess what? It's negative and positive. It's this and that. It's all things. That's your shadow. Look. You need this. It's like who's going to protect the future? These are some questions you need to ask. Who's going to protect the future? Because that's another thing to look at from kind of like trained religion. Is that, yes, Jesus is an ascended master. And all of his teachings and embodying everything about Jesus. But then it's not getting in the trap also too of religion and saying like, oh, well, Jesus is just coming back to save us all. That's a trap. Listen, God created the devil. Something like you have to embody what Jesus's teachings, but you also have to have action to save yourself with Source. Like, this is about you saving you and you protecting the future and you just having action. And not just like, oh, as we all think as a collective, well, Jesus is just coming back to save us all. That's part of the trick. That's part of the illusion. Now, our aspects, like, are things going to be all shifting without, like, the more of this work we all embody as a collective of Jesus within us and shift with Christ consciousness, the more that we do that work internally, we are connected to the environment. Externally, we will all shift that as a collective. But it takes all of us doing the work. And this is all like this internal work. This is all internal work as you expand your soul with your spirit. This is happening with your light body. Like, you're doing this inside of you. But you're still affected by everything that's happening without you. You're not separate from this illusion anymore. It's all one. Okay. So you adapted. Look, you adapted to this challenge. Good job. Good job. Like, let's just freaking work. I know. Come on. We're doing it with some humble pride. Okay? Let's don't get fucking too woohoo, or that comes another opportunity. Okay, guys, and like, we're gonna laugh some shit off around here. We're gonna laugh some shit up. Okay, now, in saying this, look, we're in an Aries season. We're connected to, I don't even remember what the moon was just in, even though I should know all this right now. I don't. The moon was in Libra. So there's a harmonization being restored within relationships, even if it doesn't feel like it right now it's happening. Sometimes when it doesn't feel like it is, that's part of it, right? Because this is your whole negative and positive. Negative and freaking positive. Wait, one more message here. Look, you understand something. Look, you're having a completion here. You understand something. You're having enlightenment. As painful as this has all been, it's also been magical. Like, this is whole. Look at the whole picture here. Don't just focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. In fact, you're being asked to focus on the positive. It's opportunities. Opportunity. Start looking at this as like a really massive opportunity for you to know source. Like, that's what's really happening in this cup. Wherever that cup with the devil is. Okay, like, look here. You're like that. This is a massive opportunity to know source. This opportunity to know God is giving you this enlightenment. Because remember, God created the devil. See through that illusion. There's an opportunity. And it's putting you into manifestation mode and back into balance. It's restoring your confidence. And it's giving you complete permission to be your authentic self. If anything that's showing you with like what's happening without in the world is giving you complete permission to be your authentic self. In fact, it's needed. It's needed. Your vibration is part of the healing. Now, also, hold on. Through this all, the masculine is having enlightenment. And remember, feminine, you have masculine within you. Masculine, you have feminine within you. We're all doing this as one. We're doing this as a collective. But as, like, the templates, the without. So remember, you have aspects of this playing out within you to certain degrees, which which way you need to do this healing, what your mission is. But as we watch the templates without, the masculine, the energy, is having enlightenment right now. With a restoration of balance to the feminine with what is being seen with God here. This is a third eye activation of healing within the heart. With the star here. And that is connected to the innocence. This is what's being seen. This is what's being seen within the collective right now. And why this is so important. It's activated divine masculine's enlightenment further. And understanding now how to act. So this is all about action. How are you going to heal? It's not enough to see it. Look, it's not enough to see it. You can see it all you want. Until you act on what you see, you're just living in your mind. This is a call to action, but it's a call to action with the truth, which is negative and positive. This action allows healing from deception, the corruption within the element of air, to know source, because you're knowing source itself, through yourself, through these opportunities. So do your best to forgive the opportunities. Now you understand structure here. You understand formation. You understand how to act with Source. You're being shown this. Like, you're literally being shown this. Through this integration and all the shadow work that you've done and you're doing, you understand Source. You've had enlightenment. That's why your manifestations are coming in. And even if you give a fuck about those by this point in time, because this is a rough manifestation. You went through a lot of bullshit, a lot of shit to get this manifestation to come in. And maybe you're not even believing it's going to come in anymore, but it's all part of it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Now, you know how to act within these two spaces and places. You understand this. It's like, okay, what is lust? Lust is having the strength to see through the illusions of this world and to understand that the unseen world is connected to this one. Unseen worlds are connected to this one. Now, that there is an evil force that is keeping humanity stuck, life stuck, whatever, which way you want to look at it, life. But we're going to look at humans for a minute. Within a prison of their desires, of their basic needs, of their basic instincts. And it's like you're in traps every day to collect your energy, to collect your sexual energy, okay? And to live in separation, and all the ways in which that this energy is being harvested. So you're like, literally think about that. You're caught in a prison of your own basic needs. Your own basic needs have been turned against you. That's a really hard prison to get out of. But you're seeing through your pain and your shadow integration and all this stuff and your connection to Source of why now you need to expand with love and maybe go without, maybe be disciplined, or maybe sleep more. Like, you're going to be shown all the degrees within yourself of what you need to do for yourself. And maybe you've already done a lot of it. Like, you know, you quit drinking, you quit watching porn, you quit doing quit gambling, like whatever things that were separating you from yourself. Like, and this is being put in the corner with God, in the Nine of Pentacles, within the Garden of Venus with God, and doing your healing. Doing your healing within that Nine of Pentacles. And that's being in some sort of situation of separation to do all this work. Because you need your authentic vibration. Now, will you still have certain people around you to get to your authentic vibration? Yes, but probably not with your counterpart in that which way, if this message is resonating with you and you're here. You're part of this collective. Now, something is beginning romantically, like a new romantic cycle for you. That's what this Libra full moon activated for you. What do you need to release? And a win-win outcome is in forecast with this full moon in Libra. So you're being remember, to go through that portal, you're being asked to release something. A win-win outcome is forecast because Libra is here to restore balance with justice, with the truth, with the sound, with the frequency of Source, with the energy itself, okay? But nothing is set in stone yet, because you need to release something before you go through here. I want to see what I want to help. Let's get some clarification here. Okay. Okay, nothing is set in stone. Something is being released. I feel like it's your negative energy totally about your path, like to start seeing everything as opportunities, to like really amp it up with your challenges. Like they're not challenges anymore. Like you hear that all the time. Like when you really get hungry for your transformation and to step into this mission, that they're opportunities. They're not challenges, to heal somehow in there, to do something. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, it's because this has been such a hard process for you. You need to be reminded that you're very close. This is a friendly reminder. You're very close to achieving your goal. Your dreams need a practical plan and surrender to the divine. It's so funny though, because I can feel that whatever is coming, like it's not planned. This is so connected to the next message now, because something is manifesting for you, but you didn't plan it out, but it's planned by the divine. Like that's why you have to surrender to the divine. It's because now, like, this is, Source has got this. The energy is gaining momentum. Something is gaining momentum. You gotta slow down. Give time for your healing. It's a time for you to give to yourself rather than to take. Because God knows this is about the bigger picture. And right now, your commitment to God and to this quest and to this path is being tested. Remember, this goes back to understanding that the romance is the side effect of doing the work. And sometimes doing the work is having a nap and taking a break from the path and the quest. And being human for a minute. And then integrating these other aspects of yourself while you're being human. It's so funny. I'm like, oh, this message is going to be short. This last one was so long. Look, they are what they are. God is here. You can't be playing this stuff out. You got to live in the present moment. There's that sword. You got that confidence has been restored within your heart. Like, look, because you have the truth within your heart. It set you free. Look, the truth set you free. Set your heart free. Now you're in manifestation mode with the Wheel of Fortune. Something is coming together here for you. Of old to new, old self to new self. There's the transition of energy. It had to have its rebirth. But this rebirth is within yourself. Here it is. Like, it's like, look, it's like, here's where everything shifts within. It goes from this to this. And you move up an energy center. You move up a chakra. You go from the sacral to the solar plexus. With just this one wand here, the Ace of Wands. Remember, you understand how to act. It's here. It's acting on something. Look, it's like you actively release something that's connected to sound, frequency, energy. And you go through that portal, and like this is you on the other side of it now. Now you're in your root. You're going down to go up, but this time you chose to go down to bring the light in. This is bringing the light into the underworld with Source, and you go somewhere here. And this is connected to our next message. Now we're going to stop here because this is it. It's connected to transformation and the bridge that you've been building this whole entire time that maybe you didn't even know you were building, or maybe you did. But this bridge came from pain. This bridge came from sorrow. This bridge came from the past. The truth is, you had to go back within and learn how to stop fighting with the masculine within yourself, the energy within yourself, so you could start building with it. Heart-centered. And one want has been removed here. And that's right here. Your connection to source. Okay? You understand your connection to source. You've repaired your connection to source in some sort of way, whichever which way this has been for you on your quest. And that's repairing your connection to the energy, the masculine, through a situation of the opposites coming together to create the whole picture for you. And there's a forgiveness applied there and letting something go. And I feel like that's going to help you forgive more. Like, I feel like more of it's a letting go of all these challenges and opportunities and experiences. Or maybe it's letting go of people, places, things, or habits, or whatever it is for you. But you're going to figure this out. God is telling you this. God is pushing you to do this, whichever which way, because you're going through this portal. All right, much love. I'll see you on the other side. Until next time, you know I'm sending it to you. Those good healing vibes. I'll see you then. Take care.